If they can't verify you just don't want him because look what they do now. They take him and cattle and kill him and cattle too. And shake out a calf out the belly. And if you do them kind of thing, which mean the meat, they're not suitable meat for the market.
When La Soufrière volcano erupted in April, it caused significant losses to farmers in this area of the country, in Langley Park, very close to the volcano. But farmers are perpetual optimists, and they went back at it and continued to toil the soil and to take care of their animals. But today, on the 42nd anniversary of the independence of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, farmers in this area are crying out. Cattle thieves are coming in and they're slaughtering the animals, disemboweling them and taking the carcasses away. In one instance, a heavily pregnant cow was disemboweled and the unborn calf left. I've come here today to hear their story.
I got at least about, say, 8 cattle. And then one morning I came up and the bull cow that I have, because I have 2 bulls, one small one and a bigger one. They take the biggest one. And they kill it right on the spot and cut out the belly, shake out the and leave it chain and the cattle down on the ground.
Well, someone came down and told me that they saw my cattle up here dead, killed. Someone killed my cattle. So when I finished dealing with some transactions at the bank, I went for my father and we came up here. And when we came up here now, we made the cattle.
No, the rope.
The rope, the stake alone here, in this area where I staked it, tied it, and the other, they carried it to our next area where they killed it. So when we went there to see it, we saw just only the belly, the grass ran out of the belly, and the calf that it had. It was pregnant.
Since I finished college, I started to farm animals and birds and little lambs. So all my years, I will be 60 next year. Now next month.
So maybe about 40 years? Or?
More than 40, yeah, about 40 years. Yeah.
And have you always had a problem with animals being stolen?
Yes, goat, sheep, pig, but never cattle. First time we take a cattle for us. And it's not right.
Since I leave school, 17 years old, I start work land. I never stop. And to today. Everything that I own, a house, vehicle, everything is land. I never really work nowhere else for own or nothing. Differently than farming.
It would have been around $4,000, right? With the win calf.
When you sell, it's different because we don't just watch with eyes and put a price. But the cow might have at least over 500 pounds of meat. And they are selling the cow at $8 a pound. So they will end up and get over $4,000 after your cow just so without even spend $1 to buy it.
When pregnant animals are killed, the meat tend to be more slimy or it will frat in the pot when you're cooking it.
When that happen, my mind tell me sell all the cow them and forget about mining animal in them kind of way because if you hold teeth for them just come and just take my animal just so without help me pull a rope. And I years me pull the cattle rope on them. Carry water up to this morning me don't carry 2 buckets of water here so. 2 buckets over there and another 2 buckets wrong there for the other animal on them. And then they just come and just thief my animal right so. So me get nothing out of it. They are the one who benefit.
I was upset, very upset. Because I am working so hard to maintain my animals and someone just come and take it and go.
You as a farmer may appreciate this better than me, but the fact that a cow is heavily pregnant and then it is due to give birth in 2 months' time, and then for the animal to be killed and the unborn calf discarded. How do you feel about that?
Bad. Because it's a loss of 2. The mother plus the calf. You know, if you had lost the calf alone, then it's no problem. You know, if your cow have a calf and dead, then you know it's easy to recover because you have the mother. But if you have the calf, either or, which one die, right? But no, they kill the mother, they kill the calf, they throw the calf right there in the bush there, and just leave it. Right? These are the remainders from the cattle. And this is what they're doing, farmers out here. And something need to be done. You know? Is either my suggestion to some of the farmers is that we do like a civilians group where 2 persons could come in the area here in the night, like from 12 in the night, and just watch the road to see which vehicle.
But even in that, you would have to be concerned about your own personal safety and protection.
Yeah, well, you don't have to go. You'd have to just go on the roadside and you could stay in one of the sheds here. And vehicles that pass in, you take the number. You see the number, see which vehicle and how much, who's on it. Because the police is not going to come up here, because you know they will close the station at 12 o'clock, and they have to take a rest. So, but we went to the station and report, and police came on the site, take pictures of everything here, and see what went on.
Yeah, we're more than a mile up from the main road. But I think government supposed to pass some kind of laws, whether if when they're trying to sell, that the inspector will just come and inspect him. If he can't verify from the owner cow, because you're supposed to get the owner cow phone number, the farmer's ID number, and your receipt that you buy from the person and signed by the person. So if they can't produce them kind of thing, the inspector supposed to call in the police and let them verify how they get the cow. Because if they not do them kind of thing, the butchers and them will never stop thief people animal, because them they know at night people they in their bed sleeping. And then after you they sleeping, them they in the mountain now, where you work your farm, at thief your animal and them kind of thing.
Yes, I have reported it to the police. I given them my statement. All they just told me is if I hear anything, must come back and tell them.
I end up and go and make a report at the station. The police came, and then when the police came, they tell me I must come in the station to give them a statement. I do that, and then after that, nothing.
To me, the person who is killing these animals is more of a professional butcher, because they come, they stick it, they kill it, cut the throat, and cut out the guts, and clean it and go again. And it's more than one person doing this together.
Well, the rural constable used to go around, and they in the night sometimes do going around and to see. But in this area, there's road where you could exit out from that side and 2 entrance down that way, right? So if the police could do some checks, what vehicle pass, they will know, they could pick up on them. Like for example, the cameras that they have set up on the road, in the 3 areas where the exits are, put the cameras there, so you'd see everybody who going up there and coming out. So any vehicle within the area, you would see when they pass. Because carrying a whole cattle, it's not easy. It have to be a vehicle. They bring the vehicle right here and they slaughter the cow here and take all the things and go out with it.
There are other farmers that are concerned because they have animals, cows as well up here around the area, and to me they are pinpointing this area because they have a lot of animals, cows here around this area. So they probably going around choosing which animal they want, and they're going with it.
And Christmas is coming up. I think generally when it's closer to Christmas, a lot of farmers complain about theft. Do you think that possibly that this could get worse in this area or in other farming communities as Christmas comes closer?
It's going to get worse right throughout the whole St. Vincent, right? Because financially things are very bad, right? And all we know it, right? And in this area, the butchers, overdoing it. It's professional fellas doing it, right? Because to bring a cattle here, put it up there, kill it, and take out the belly, bring it across here, load it in the vehicle, in a jeep. It's a jeep that moves because we see the wheel tracks going that way. So police take pictures with the wheel tracks.
So you're convinced there's somebody who knows something about butchering?
Yes.
About
An
slaughter?
ordinary man cannot stick a cattle, kill it, you chuck it behind the neck, right there with the spinal cord there, and it go down. Then they cut the throat. I used to butcher years ago, right? So I know what it's like, and it's not easy to do it, because if you do it and you do it wrong, then the cattle start to plunge all about, and if you bust the rope, you kill somebody. So the person who is doing it know what they're doing, from what I discover here. So I have a couple of other animals too. I have more cattle down the bottom there, and this is weekend I feel like sell out all. St. Vincent's gonna go slow, and beef is gonna come scarce, because the Grenadian was here last week or week before buying animals from the windward side here and the leeward side. But still, we are talking about bringing in cattle. Yes, the one of the cattle here that they steal here and kill, it's a cattle from the Jamaica Hope that they brought in the cement, and we do the AI.
Artificial insemination.
That's, yeah, and this is one of the calf from that cow, that the mother is down there, and this other young calf, this other young heifer now, take bullet again from another AI again. So now we would be getting like 3/4, close to a whole Jamaica whole breed, and they just destroy it.
Explain to people who are not familiar with pedigree of cattle. Why is this important?
Now the Jamaica Hope is a special breed at Jamaica. The breed for milk purposes. I used to have a little dairy that I bought out from my father-in-law, and I used to have it there. I used to have like 40 cattle, but I have to close it because nobody from the ministry comes to visit, none of the vet. You have problems and they're not coming. So what else to do? Close it down and we'll buy milk. All my milk used to sell at Graves and by Massey, and I couldn't supply.
The demand was more than you could supply.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're saying there was a market there for it.
Market for it, fresh milk and pasteurized milk, right? And I tried to bring in cattle from Barbados, and they were supposed to help me at FSC.
What is FSC?
The Farmer Support Company. I done do all the contacts in Barbados for bringing Holstein, purebred Holstein, and they didn't do anything. When they appointed time now to help pay for the cows, they objected, said they can't pick, they don't have no money.
How much was that?
It was over 20,000 Legion overall.
That's not a lot of money, I would think, to
because
invest in a farm.
I tell them I'll put in some of the money, right? A matter of fact, the minister went to Canada, and I asked him to look at Holstein cattle, dairy cattle. And one day I was on the farm cleaning out my cattle pen, and I see a jeep coming, a police come out. So I said, well, how come police come in my place just driving something? He said nothing. Then the guy went around and opened the door. A white guy came out. Then his wife came out, the white lady. Then right after I see the minister come out, Mr. Caesar, and he said, catch you. I said, that's no problem. You're welcome. But this was he went to Prince Henry
Well,
Island.
he was making a joke.
Yeah, So he went to Prince Henry Island where he saw some good Holstein cows. And the Canadian government offered to do like send the embryo and would fertilize them.
In vitro fertilization.
Yeah, and put them into the cows here. And all that was done, right? All the paperwork's done. Last thing they tell me is that you have to bring a vet from Canada. So I tell him, I say, I will put up the vet and give him my vehicle or carry him around to every farm that he wants to go to at my cost, right? And all the Canadian government paying him to come to do it here in Finland, and nothing never turn out. It's very frustrating. I have all my equipment home. I sell out the cattle. I only have 4. We had 4. These special cows now, and now we only
The
have
Jamaica Hope.
Yeah, Jamaica Hope. Yeah.
So, do I hear you say that you were trying to build up a pedigree of cattle that, you know, is good for meat or good for milk, that is separate and apart from the regular stock that we have across the country?
The cattle that I was trying to bring in here, try to get here, is Holstein, which produce like 4 or 5 gallons of milk per day. And if you have 10 of that cattle, you get like at least 30 gallons of milk that hospital and other local persons would get milk. Because the millionaires from Mustique used to send or call me, want me to supply them with fresh milk. The houses.
Do I hear you saying, Mr. Sutherland, that you don't think that farmers are getting the type of support that they need to really take the industry to the next level? Is that essentially your...
They are not getting the support that they're supposed to get. Because Kenton, if you look at the lands here around, the government is helped now with a farmer support, right? To plow lands and things, right? Which I do, right? But some of the farmers don't have the money to clean their land. So, if we could take this thing serious, agriculture in St. Vincent, we could own millions or billions of dollars. Langley Park is 400 acres of flat land. We have earned till 4,400 acres. In this area, and in St. Vincent, the most flat lands and best lands is on the windward side here. Because where else in St. Vincent could you find 400 acres of lands like this? And this is just Langley Park, right? This is just Langley Park alone. We have different areas. They have going over to Bobby Balcom's side. We have Orange Hill, right back up to Sandy Bay. A lot of lands. And if we take agriculture more serious, then you could make more money in this country. Government would make more money in taxes and all what they have to bring in and what they're selling out. For example, Kenton, Virgin Atlantic came with first flight. What did they get from St. Vincent when they're going back out? I don't think they have anything. They have to buy from overseas to bring on the plane, then to go back out. We could at least put some food bowls on that flight to give to passengers. Compliments St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's how I look at it.
All right, thanks a lot, Mr. Sutherland, and all the best to you, your son, and the other farmers. I hope this story helps to bring awareness to the situation that you guys are facing here.
Well, I hope so.
All right, thanks.
God bless.